Hey guys, how's it going? Jonathan Burton, CarBot Animations. I just want to do a quick Q&A video simply because I do get a lot of the same questions from email or social media messaging, whatever. Just so guys, so you know a little bit more about us at CarBot Animations. Who are we and what's going on? And question number one, who are you? How long have you been animating for? Well, as I said, my name's Jonathan Burton, I started CarBot Animations almost 3 years ago, and I've been animating for almost 3 years. I basically started animating when I started up the channel. I did a little bit beforehand, and I just started to go to school for animation. I live in Canada, and I went to school for animation in Oakville, Sheridan, which is also in Canada, Ontario. So that's a little bit about me. That's a little bit how, but it's always kind of been my passion to create, and so animation naturally pulled me towards it. So magnetizing was because I was able to create, and even when I was in like elementary school or high school, the textbooks that I would get, I would draw little stick figures in the bottom right hand corner, and then make the stick figures fight like as a flip book from page to page to page, just because I like to make stuff. So that was kind of my thing. Like any way I could make something, I would try to. I remember messing around with RPG Maker as well, and whenever there's like a custom editor in any game, I would play around with that, especially Warcraft 3, which is really fun. But yeah, so that's just, I kind of followed my passion, and I encourage all you guys to do the same. You know, freaking, even if you only have this much space in a bottom right hand corner of a textbook to draw your little stick figure fight flip book thing, do it, figuratively speaking. Question number two. What inspired the style? This is a great question. The style obviously doesn't look like Starcraft the game, so yeah. There's two things that affected. I was gonna say infected, affected, whatever the style. And that is actually a YouTube channel called BirdBox Studio. They're a great channel. Check them out. Link is in the description below. But they do simple cartoons, again, with no dialogue, strong shapes for the characters. You know, it's similar to what I do. It's because the inspiration kind of came from them in the approach to doing these cartoons. The other kind of side of it is a technical side, because we do frame by frame animation, which means we draw every single frame, 24 frames a second. We do a new drawing to animate. Because we were doing frame by frame animation, we wanted the character to be simple, so less lines equals, you know, you can animate a little quicker. You know, you don't have to draw as many lines every frame. One line in a character, one extra line, multiply that by thousands of frames. That's thousands of extra lines. Starts to add up. So we wanted simple but effective characters with those strong shapes. All right, question number three. How long does it take? How long does it take to make an episode? Great question. It takes all week. This is my full-time job for animating, and it takes me about 40 hours to complete an episode. Sometimes less, sometimes more. Depends on the episode, how long it is, and everything. But I just say 40 hours because it takes me an entire work week to do it. The stages of creating an episode is first the conception, the idea. So what is the episode about? Generally, we jot down the ideas, like in point form, what we want in the episode. And then we storyboard it. So it's basically a comic strip of how the episode is going to look. And then once we're done that, then we animate it. And the animation process is usually the longest. Well, actually, it always is the longest. Sometimes the conception or the storyboard, they can be a little longer just because you're trying to work out, you know, what's the most effective approach. After the animation comes the sound. And so once you add in the sound, unless there's dialogue. If there's dialogue, we put in sound while we're animating so we can animate to the dialogue. But if there's no specific dialogue, then we put all the sound in after. Once the sound is done, we export it and upload it to YouTube, and then you guys watch it and laugh, hopefully, right? So the programs we use actually for this process is Flash, Adobe Flash CS6, and Adobe Premiere CS6 as well. Question number 4, is it just you or is you a team behind CarBot animationing? All right, so for CarBot animations, it started out with just me, and I was alone, all by myself. But I was alone starting like doing the cartoons. And if you noticed over the years, the cartoon quality has gone up. The reason why the quality's gone up is because our team has expanded. Because of the amount of support we've gotten from you guys and even from Blizzard and everyone who's supported us on CarBot, actually patreon.com/CarBot animations. We were able to expand our team, and now we have 4 people on our team. So that's me. I do the Starcraft cartoons. I storyboard them, animate them. And then there's my wife, who does the business side of things. She does the taxes and organized stuff, answering emails usually, and stuff like that. Keeps everything organized, you know, all the really fun stuff she does. And then there's my brother, Andrew, who is also an animator. He has a full-time job somewhere else, so he works for us part-time. And he does the WoWcraft cartoons. He animates those. And we kind of put our heads together for the storyboards of the WoWcraft cartoons. So, and then I have my other brother. So he's the 4th member of the team. And his name is Sam. And he does the sounds, all the sounds and stuff. So that's our entire team of CarBot animations. It's actually 3 brothers and my wife. So I'm one of the brothers. Question number 5. Actually, I get this question a lot. When is Starcraft's mod coming out? Jeez, man. The Starcraft mod. We are going to be starting a crowdfunding campaign very soon. And to really jumpstart it, because as you can imagine, a 3D engine with 2D sprites, putting those 2D sprites in this 3D engine that's not meant for 2D sprites. That's what we're doing. And so we've been testing it basically to make sure it's possible and to make sure that we won't run into any like problems down the road. And so far so good. And we feel like we got a good grasp and understanding now to create this mod. We actually have a couple modders helping us. And so we're confident now that we can start an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign. So look for that soon. It's not yet, but soon. We're talking like weeks, maybe. If you don't know what the Starcraft mod is, if you haven't even heard about that, we're basically taking the cartoon characters that we have made in Starcrafts and implementing them into the game in an arcade game. So it's basically Starcraft, but completely reskinned to our cartoon, from the land to the characters to the buildings, everything. So it's completely cartoonized. It's actually pretty cool, the result of it. But so look for that soon. All right, guys. Hopefully this Q&A video has been a bonding moment for you and I. Just feel so much closer now. The best of friends. See, if you have any other questions, just ask them in the comments below. If there's a lot of good questions, a lot of upvotes for certain questions, we might make another Q&A video and answer those questions as well. So, yeah, I think that's it, guys. And I will leave you with a